Hello everybody, welcome into another a Disco Elysium stream. Got what this is. We played Disco Elysium last time, last week, Friday maybe, I'd say. So it's been a while. I'll have to remind myself of what's been going on. Well, let's load into the game and see. Oh, I did do a manual save of it. Oh. Well, let's wait. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, we're gonna have to replay some stuff then, I suppose. Apparently I forgot to save. Yeah, I think this is, we did something after this. What point is this? Is this when I was trying to get money for Kuno. No, we have the thong pants. But did we... We need a thought. Oh, I needed a skill point for that. In order to unlock a new thing. That's what we were hunting for here. How are we doing with... we're at 75. We did do a few things. Like, have we gone to... We didn't investigate this place yet. That we did do. We also needed to talk to the drivers. Yeah.
The dented yellow mailbox.
A little bit unfortunate. Let's just kind of speed through this then. Trying to just do the same things as last time. I would have imagined that it would have been better at making autosaves, actually. Better than this. But let's see if I can recall what I did last time. Okay, first of all, we went over here.
You hear someone walking around. You have plenty of reason to enter.
What we
Master
went with.
Investigator. You just can't keep yourself away from
Attaboy. That. Just kind of trying to repeat everything. Same way as last time. You know? Grab the medicine. Grab it. Don't talk to Kim. Grab the medicine. There we go.
Oh, be friendly.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in... I need to get it ready for the next lease. It was that was months ago.
Let's see now.
Anyway, was there anything you
I'm trying to speed read through this.
I need to get it ready. It was
okay, yeah.
Months. Everyone. So the sooner we get
The sum must have been puny.
My money has also disappeared.
Well, it does not disappear from my hand. No, I don't let it. These, I'll tell you, don't have both apartments are, of course.
Okay, I guess we didn't actually have any sort of experience points or anything from that. Maybe we did by reporting it back. Yeah, there we go.
She means...
There we go. We got the Jamrock Shuffle here as a thing. But yeah, then I think we just went and talked to the drivers and got some experience points through that. We just needed to have enough experience points to start learning that. Oh yeah, my target was to do it before 10 o'clock. I think we actually did, but it seems like we didn't actually have to hurry. I was expecting Kim to just kind of leave at that point, but it doesn't seem like that's the case at all. Kim's just gonna hang around. Did we talk to you?
Hello again, officer. Well,
no.
Yes, think about the cute grandma, not the weird
a bit.
Relax, miss.
A bit much?
She feels...
Relax, miss. This is not an interrogation.
Stop looking at her.
There we go.
Look around. What do you see? That's right. And the kid...
No, the kid did this, right? The red-haired rat? It is.
You've been arrested.
Yes.
I understand.
There's silence.
Alright, there we go. We got
okay, miss.
plus 10 from that one. It's good.
A simple little cadence.
From another. You sure are, my man.
I am the law.
It's the jam, my man.
Going on
It's a trap.
here.
Meanwhile, we're all
Jam.
stuck. Yeah,
Limbo.
official.
feels like forever.
How long?
Like I. Yeah.
Behind the
So tell me, what do you need?
I don't remember which
Huh?
which
The bosses,
part
man.
was it that gave
Yeah, it sure ain't good for me.
gave the
or
like
you.
experience
like-
points.
Whatever. Some pretty. I've heard talk. There's some pretty wild. I've heard talk. They want to keep
he doesn't blame.
anything else. Us lorry drive. Not my thing. Chase. He ain't one of us.
It's
Anything
easy
about the
to see
dead
he's telling the
person?
Analyzing the fundamental structure. Nothing. I'm just messing with you, man. He ain't one of us.
Oh.
truth. It's easy. The man tap-
Nope.
He ain't one of
Whoops.
us.
Ah,
It's easy to
wasting
Analyzing
time.
the a sense of surprise. There ain't more bodies. Oh,
relax.
What you're
He's
hauling?
merely joking.
can't even get a few. They usually get shipped to Grodd and the Occident. We're pals and all. Not unless they believe this rockin' beauty. Sure is. Like a rash you can't get rid of.
A motor lorry, also called a camion, on Caillou, and
Good eye.
there it is again. The man taps
Nope.
his fingers rhythmically
Empathy.
against his arm.
Maybe that's where we got it from.
Ah, man. But
Just be straight with him.
We have.
not me, man. No way. I don't. Look, man.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
No. Maybe it was a check.
Ease into it. Don't.
You really are.
Oh yeah, we
Just like
failed the
that.
check.
Ah, man.
We
But
failed the check last
be
time as
straight
well.
with
We have a.
not me, man. No way.
No,
I don't need any
points
trouble.
for that
Gotta
one.
guard the stuff.
A rhyme.
Look, man.
We wouldn't say he's lying, sire.
Ah, maybe it
Wait.
was this one actually.
This
Whoa. Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that. Fucking hey. It's good to meet a fellow poet. Someone with an appreciation for real text. Yeah. I guess
There
I
we
owe
go.
you an
There we
apology
go.
For thinking otherwise.
That it is.
And again,
you found some common ground with this man.
don't be a stranger.
All right, now we can get the thought slot and then start internalizing that. And it's 30 minutes, so I'll also have us go and skip through the dialogue with the other driver here. But I think we need to skip through a little bit more dialogue this time because I feel like we talked to Tommy last
Not
time.
a good track record of mental health in that fact. What did he high above you?
No luck with that one again. Ruins full of snow. Funny.
The smoke, the folk, it's the warmth of a winter night's fire.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more.
Oh, got a breakthrough of some sort.
Rigorous self.
Rigorous self-critique. What was this one?
Here it is. Hard facts. from
Oh yeah,
the
red
man you
checks
are.
heal.
You once
Ah,
joked
not so good. Not so good.
the woman still had
Where
the smile on her face has disappeared.
the men have small jaws and everything is made out. Back in until you came along. This.
A strike
He was the,
in all likelihood.
So let's just go through this
A strike
dialogue
he was the
choices here to
they are
waste a
scared.
little bit of
She
time,
seems
you
to
know.
derive some bitter pleasure from this strange.
I was well you
The Republic of Mesk is an.
why not? Harry?
There's something off about
Of course.
the Boyadero, Boya for short, is
It's an old ballad about a young girl who falls off.
in the background.
You have to understand.
What if?
Here we have this
Truly
story
lovely.
here.
Time, of course. Whatever
you hauling?
they put in the lorry, I could. Then it's contraband.
Bad hand, her men. So he does.
You hear that, Loman? I don't think you're part. Oh, Lomonos, the Transcatholia Magistral. You for one, you're.
A correct.
Yeah, I'm an
Is that all
expert.
you woke me up to say. Now what do you want with an old? I'm
She's weird.
just with
Moreover, another discrepancy, although not.
I could.
the feet of a little girl.
There we go, 5 experience for that
One
as
of the
well.
devils. What do I need drugs for? Yes.
Those epithets are familiar.
That-
Maybe if she thought you're.
Yeah, maybe. Probably not. Just this mouth I made. No. Loman. Diamonds. Diamonds are good for easy.
That's correct.
Where do you want? Or
I think we're done here, no?
yes,
Yeah, alright. There we go. Got through those. White Morning. This one was the one that gave like a zoom out distance. Motorics. So 74, 45%. What's up,
We
Kim?
should think about calling it a day, maybe.
Oh yeah. Kim does say that, you know, let's go back. Okay, so I think that's pretty much like the dialogue that we picked last time. But now we do need to still waste a little bit more time. Lorries probably stored fuel here. Now they store booze. Nobody's here at this location. It's this GRAIH. The Greater Russian Industrial Harbor. Oh. Re. See what's up here then. Oh. 3 T's. How idiomatic. Crit. Yes. And notice, in case of a strike, press button behind guard. A hermetically sealed door, locked by electronic means. There's no lock picking or door kicking this one. Right, so we need a button. Got the right stuff, Measurehead. Measurehead is law. No, I am the law.
Nobody betrays your degeneracy.
Oh, I have a thought. It would be the... Wait, did you get already... Oh, well.
Yeah, Measurehead. His body totally betrays his degeneracy.
The young woman at the giant's side agrees. We don't have time for this right now. Sorry.
Volumetric ship compressor.
There we go. Alright, let's go back to the body. I think I'm gonna actually like save scum this because we succeeded at it last time, so in case it fails, then you know. Let's see. But I think we can go back and talk to Measurehead there after we've gone through the body stuff again. Uno's still here. So let me make a save here.
There, he still is. Look, as you breathe in,
There we go.
the
All right.
odor comes over you.
Did
The man before
And yeah,
you
we
is
did also go
material.
through all of this
These are clearly
here.
indeed ceramic under the hill. Fair piece by piece. We should keep a lookout for these species. No,
Nice. That makes
they.
Dun.
clearly Kuno would like to
It is. We've requested for
for the northwest region of Revachol.
not too much. Yes.
The lieutenant nods.
That's for us to find out. Just some.
He's not
I agree.
a small,
It's anything but.
faint, like whirls of if trees were the whirls are in the shape of a.
Good. Can you? We have a make and.
Okay,
a
we got
number.
the serial number
That's
of the...
This feels dangerous. Are you
Oh.
sure?
I don't think we did... Oh. Yeah, no.
The sabatons dangle off. The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. The hangman's knot. This
Back to
is
the belt.
Listen, the local harbor uses six. I'm still a.
No.
70% of the. I was afraid it would be. A news. That ladder can't carry you.
The cadaver hangs.
Lots of
from the
experience
cargo.
points
His
for this
dark
inspection.
Brown hair grows on his head. The corpse is
Oh.
dead.
Who is he? He is male.
The corpse looks
We didn't
right
get to talk to
through
the
you
body.
as you distant an inch is
This
called
time.
alcohol,
A map of the star.
as if someone.
I don't remember if there was anything like specific about that.
He takes a thin.
Etruget.
Triggered is the world's leading manufacturer of intercommunication.
An instant.
This is the.
I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by
That's
the
bright.
breaking of a small.
In case we need
It's
it.
bright.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it? It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say sure.
The glassy-eyed corpse looks... As you narrow, only the lower extremities are...
How should I know why you are squinting off his... Oh.
The monster.
So, what do you think?
I think he's dead.
A pool of blood.
The victim...
The fuck?
Talking about shit.
Did we? I agree.
There is person...
Totally dead. That sounds about right. Yeah, I think the noose acted like a tourniquet. Everything here seems to I do.
Stop. He means you fuck.
But there is no breath to catch. Only
Still
the
can't.
cadaver filling the air.
It's asking for a point
He
in
slowly
Inland
rotates before you.
Empire.
Are you
I don't know
sure
if
we
I want to do
finished the
that.
preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might...
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Hmm.
His torso covered in tattoos. And
I guess we're not
extremities
going to be
notched
talking to the
pink
body
and
this
blue.
time.
The steel reinforced belt present.
He doesn't...
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without someone. Sadly, I know it's hard. Climb up. There has to be a less risky. We are not getting him down already. Not
Alright,
getting him
then we
down
get to the
is a
shooting
task that's
part.
already accomplished.
I guess we get a
Sadly,
new
it's not our
chance
job to
of
keep him in
shooting
there,
the body
but to get
down.
him down.
Yeah.
How? Yes.
Yeah. No, Mick.
The lieutenant is undecided. On one hand, he wants to shoot some gun. On the other, it's an awfully stupid idea.
I think I didn't say
Silence,
anything,
and produces a lightweight firearm.
and
He
Kim
drops
ends
the
up
paper
shooting.
cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge.
I wonder if there's a
5
chance for
puffs.
Kim to actually succeed at
Lets it
this.
heal He then steps back and assumes the fellow's desk position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is... The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off.
God damn it.
No.
He feels
Okay.
bad.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe it does have a chance.
But then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
No, we have any more mistakes. Could I have to say it's beginning. It's bad.
Well, I'm gonna try the gun though.
Take it, you fucking banana pointer.
The
Feel
cold
the weight.
Fuck are you wait?
Point the gun.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth?
70%.
You won't miss.
your
Close
field-
your eye.
He's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty?
Maybe we can try to say shut up. I didn't do that last time.
What? You gonna fuck
Yeah,
me?
no.
You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
Unsurprising. I mean, I feel like pointing the gun at Kunoez is a bad idea. I mean, we already failed this one, so why not? Yeah, failed again.
A plume of you mi-
Oh my god, he's gonna fucking cry. I knew it. What a mulko.
The army.
It's not the...
Pigs.
Kuno has hands. Kuno can shoot that shit.
Cops.
We still need the bad way. The way I didn't want to ask just clearly.
Suck my dick, bitches.
Is it that?
Yeah.
From the gates.
to the gates.
Alright, there we go. There we go. So this is where we left off. That took a while to get back to. But this is the like moment where we left off. So we need to get to the harbor. I don't know if we should be doing anything today. I mean, I guess there's no harm in going to talk to Measurehead if they're still there. Could do that before we go for the end of day briefing here. Hello again. Need to press this button, please.
Body continues to betray your degeneracy.
Say nothing, Saizima first. What do you mean by my body betrays my degeneracy? My body does not betray my degeneracy, or my body is unimportant. With the police and we need to get into the harbor. Saizima
Are
first.
you admiring my morphophysiology?
A ripple of muscle passes underneath his skin. He lets you look.
It must be frightening to stand in the shadow of this racial pinnacle Be calm, Sandwich. You are not in danger because you are not a threat to me.
Puff out your chest, still say nothing. I mean, I don't have the physical capabilities of going up here, but sure, tell me, what's up?
You have succumbed to Al-Ghul.
His face contorts in disgust as if he were smelling a dead rat.
You reek of it. An invisible sword of Al-Ghul emerges from your throat. You cannot see it, but others can. It is making the woman in my company sick.
Wait, Al Ghul? Smell your breath? Kim, is it really bad? That bad? You're right, I'm an alcoholic and I need that dead body to no longer be in the tree. I don't have a problem with Al Ghul, I just drink a little on the weekends or enough I need you to take down the dead body or let me in. You're right. I need help.
No, you don't. You need to get another drink. Occidental Haplogroup B4 is done giving orders around here. The influence of the ham sandwich race is waning.
I am the police and I need you to comply now or the race stuff is unimportant here. I just need you to help me do my job, please. I don't feel like a threatening measurehead here.
Begging for help. Attempting to pass fear for cooperation. How far the Occidental Haplogroup has fallen. You were once a noble and powerful race. You gave the world eugenics, electricity, and powerful weapons of war like missiles and aerostatic aircraft. You made great gains in metallurgy, race theory, and statecraft. You dominated lesser cultures, like the deformed Hemians and the inexplicably potato-obsessed Khoikos. But now your ascent to the genetic summit has halted. You are obsessed with sadness and with frivolous pop culture. You will be superseded. Isn't that right, babe?
It is, baby, yeah. You know it.
There is a button right behind him, just out of reach. It must be the one that opens the door to the harbor. This man is not budging. Let's hope his superiors inside are more cooperative.
Come on, I just need you to move about 20 centimeters back, push him out of the way. You're right about all this, now I need you to help me get that corpse down from the tree. It was your people who put that dead body up there, your people should help me get it down. I'm gonna keep trying to ask for some help with the corpse.
Enough with this begging. You should leave the stage of history with dignity by inviting the other races to a great world war. Bring your troops to the Seminine Islands and to Boogie Street and we will pulverize you. When you are gone, we will build a museum for you. The walls will be lined with bottles of Al-Ghul, your beloved beverage. Inside, we will store the odes to homosexuality you call art, and your microcephalic skulls.
There may be a peaceful solution to this. You could internalize Measurehead's race theory. He would take you as one of his own.
Right, good idea, or wouldn't that mean I have to become a Seminese supremacist myself?
Well, yes. Why? Don't you want to be a Seminese supremacist? So what if you're not Seminese? You can be anything.
What the text actually says is, well, not as such. What you do with a mastery of advanced race theory is up to you. You can reject the findings, sure, or accept them and become an advanced racist. You serve the Union, don't you? Aren't they white? Know anything about this mug? Show him the mug. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean? We can subscribe to his advanced race theory, or we can knock him out with 17%. Keep asking?
Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
He turns his eyes towards the harbor, seemingly bored with you. You still serve them?
Mr. Clare is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront polycultural capital, something your race, naivistic communists, never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic.
I'm no communist. Communism is pretty cool. Individualism is my jam. My jam is a mysterious fourth thing. Or enough of this. Mysterious fourth thing. Let's go with the mysterious fourth thing.
Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs?
I've gotten it from disco, actually. It's true, I am a rock and roll star and rebel, where youth culture does not affect my thinking. It is disco, actually.
Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race.
Okay, I'll ask. Who are these Seminoles? I don't really know who the Seminoles are. I've recently experienced head trauma. Wonderful. I need to enter the harbor now, or you could take the body down yourself, maybe? Wonderful. We're done with this line of inquiry. Okay, tell me about the
The
Seminoles.
South Island race, haplogroup R4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian archipelago. We descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
So you were born and raised on the islands before you moved to Revachol.
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the Pay.
So you did come from the islands, or so you did not come from the islands, or understood? So you did not come from the islands.
No. I have heard about it on the radio.
He would be appreciative if you did not further chase this line of inquiry in front of the women.
I mean, are we trying to get appreciation, though? So you're not really Seminoles, you're just from Revachol. Oh, cool. Let's keep going.
I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just in Revachol. The city is central to the Seminoles strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with, and never getting that dead body down from the tree.
Kim, what do
I
you
don't
think about this?
anything about this. We are wasting our time having this conversation.
Your pedomorphic friend is right. You should leave here with your tail between your legs, contemplating race extinction. I am an immovable obstacle.
Know anything about this mug?
He does not so much as glance at the object.
Know anything about it?
Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it.
He had nothing to do with it.
Hmm. What are those tattoos of yours supposed to mean?
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race.
He gestures towards the lorry man down the street.
I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
You sure I'm not craniometrically superior to you? You're right, that's craniometric perfection. My race does not stand a chance or say nothing. You sure I'm not
You
superior?
exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation.
What else?
It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Hul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur-la-Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi.
Interesting. So one of my ancestors was Sur la Clef and the other Vesper?
Your racial heritage is uninteresting. It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Hul. That is the only reason you are here.
I mean, these are both white checks, so might as well try them both. Subscribe to his advanced race theory. If this is just like a thought, we can always not do it.
Ask what kind of races there are first. Classification is core to this stuff.
Measurehead, I'm new to this world. Help me understand its races. I need to know what kind of different races are there.
Do you?
The lieutenant looks at you. I do. This is for the thing, or on second thought, I don't. This is for the thing. The lieutenant looks toward the harbor's electronic door, and then to you. He lets out an audible sigh.
You are obviously a liberal, Sailorite. A polyculturalist. I can see it from your love of microtechnology and your sartorial choices. Do not deny your friend the truth you have denied yourself. There are 3 categories of race. Type A, the heroic races. Type B, the servile races. And the vile CF race cauldron of pederasty. Which one do you need education on?
A?
Those are the Simonese, the Areopagite, and the Occidentals, excluding the Maun, of course. The Maun are riddled with eczema to the point where they find it impossible to smile. They are all lactose intolerant, a common result of inbreeding. A receding genetic pool has led the Maun on reprehensible street parades. In Maun cities like Stadskanal and Vredefort, wearing wooden clogs on their feet and little green tassels their hats.
Who actually are the Maun?
You know them by the names of their nation states. The Oranese, the Gotwaldians, and the Königsteiners. My people simply call them Maun.
Mahun is a derogative term for first world people of Gotwaldian descent. They do not all have eczema. Also, people of Katla, like the Suru and the Uhu, are much more lactose intolerant.
The wooden clogs, though.
In some municipalities of Oranje, people do wear shoes made of wood to street parades. Green, orange, and even yellow tassels have also been seen on hats.
The Maun are proof that you can have too much Occidental racial purity and tassel-centric culture. Inbreeding has led to a lactose-intolerant subrace whom no one can take seriously.
Okay, got it. Who are Type A then, in your view?
Vespertines and Messenians of Vesper and Messina, the ancient Meteorans of Meteo by the golden Pisantic Sea, the Suren of Sur-la-Clé, and even the North Königsteiners, all have Type A race propensities. The other large Mondial civilization, the Mesk, are too yellow and oleaginous to count as a heroic race. True, they are violent and expansionist, but they have a glandular problem.
He draws his finger across his face.
Overproduction of sebum. Sebum is leaking into their brains, making them listen to El Mariachi music and eat toxic minced meat-based food, which in turn only produces more sebum.
And who are the Semines and Areopagites in
As
this?
proven by the Maun and the Mesk, Occidental Type A is in retrograde. The Semines and the Areopagites are on the ascent.
And the Semines are?
The indigenous people of this, the Insulindian archipelago. The Semines inhabit the southern islands. I am Seminese, from the stock of Ulumwir on Ile de Fantôme.
And the
The
Areopagites?
Areopagites are the master race of the Ile Maran deserts. The Semines are descendants of the Areopagites. We came here during a heroic migration from Ile Maran to Ansuland, thousands of years before the lactose-intolerant Maun-ridden Occidentals discovered this place.
What's the difference between Semines and
The
Areopagites?
Areopagites are sleek, long-headed. The Semines are powerful, mesomorphic. The former is an immutable progenitor, unchanged since the Super Isola of Pericarnassus. Ancient brains rest in their slender skulls.
He falls silent, contemplating the beauty and the
The
mystery.
latter is perfected and adapting. Together they form the Simeno-Areopagite or Simeopagite superrace. That is all. There are no more Type A races in the world.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type B.
Type B are the unheroic races, amorphous non-competitors of the great race. The Khoikos and the Vacholier, they are mud-colored people. To an untrained eye, the Khoiko appear white and pinkish, like a ham sandwich. But look into their eyes and you will see. They are of an indistinct muddy color, and so is their skin. Unhealthy, sweaty, and ashen. Pinkness is a racial quality that has to be earned through centuries of advanced ballistic warfare and cultural domination that the Grad people have undergone for drinking al-Ghul and smoking the degenerate tobacco and for eating potato. The Khoiko, the countless micronationalities of Grad, are all inexplicably obsessed with Podat. The only thing they like more is dividing into microscopic ethnostates, like political amoeba.
Wouldn't he be one for ethnostates?
Yeah. You don't like ethnostates?
They are microscopic. The Semeno-Areopagite superstate will cover the entire remaining planetary crust, uninterrupted. From Holy Semenine to the Boreal Plateau of Katla. Its leaders will be the genetic epitome of the Semenese and Areopagite stock, elected by nature, not the base inner spoilage called demos.
And the Vacholias you
The
mentioned?
Vacholians, halfway between Type A and the Racial Cauldron. Two mixed to know right from wrong. You tried your degenerate little revolution, which was the single greatest failure committed by humans in our 82,000-year history on this planet.
That's quite the failure.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little off.
I'm pretty sure history hasn't lasted that long. I've heard about this revolution, mistakes were made, but it was the right stuff. You're wrong about it. The revolution was perpetrated by degenerate left-wing marauders, not all the people of Revachol, or go away stupid political thoughts. Let's ask about that.
The mysteries of the people of this planet are a tragedy that has played out countless times over, like a fever dream of skin, hair, and bone. Wake up, naive chess piece.
It was the right
The
stuff.
revolution came to Ravachol from Grad, in Zarath ridden potato carts. It is literally an illness, a prion disease that leaves the parietal and frontal lobe ridden with holes. A soft, sponge-like mass of dementia, hallucination, and paranoia. The revolution is fatal familial insomnia, a hereditary prion condition passed from the Koiko to the Occidentals. But not sexually. Probably through trade roots and potate acid, the prime component of the potato plant.
I don't know why Measurehead is so against potatoes.
Enough of Tibet mediocrity.
He nods, satisfied with the outcome. About C2F.
Tips the F are a museum of failed chimeric experiments and tragic maladaptations. They are tortured creatures waiting to be put to sleep. Your morbid interest in them worries me.
Chimeric experiments?
Lesser races like the mosquito, a grotesque mixture of a masked woman and a Semenese man. Only possible if the mother is masked and the father Semenese. The other way around, they fail to produce offspring.
I doubt that.
The mosquito is born sterile, like a donkey. All they have left is to ride customized motor carriages with hydraulic suspension, listening to aggressive El Mariachi music to vent their impotent despair.
It seems unlikely that two human beings produce genetically sterile offspring.
Maybe I have misunderstood something, but aren't humans too similar to produce genetically sterile offspring?
You are right. You have misunderstood. You lack basic phylogenetic education.
Sure. Any
Then
more?
there is the Semino Koiki Chimera. Are you sure you wish to know of the Semino Koiki Chimera? It is not an aesthetic site.
Yeah.
The Koiko, as you know, are very servile, especially when they meet the rich man. Racial scientists have toyed with the idea of crossing the Semenese with the Koiko to produce a super worker of Semenese strength and Grad servility. This will never happen. The Simonese and the Khoikhoi may have similar interbreeding problems as the Mosquito. We will never know precisely. No Simonese man could maintain an erection in the suffocating potato stench of a Khoikhoi woman, or Khoika. But enough. It is cruel to entertain ourselves with the deformities of Type F. Were there any able-bodied races you needed education on?
Now that we've been through all the types, do I understand advanced race theory?
You understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask yourself, what is the race enigma? You have not even worded the mystery, let alone solved it.
Will you help me get the body down if I do?
We will see.
Access to the Union is important for our investigation, but there may be another way without becoming a race theoretician.
Am I mildly worried he might take it seriously? The lieutenant thinks. Yes, I am, he concludes. I am worried.
Well, let's keep it as an option. How do I word the mystery?
You need to internalize what you have heard here today, then return to me. This clarity does not come instantly.
Alright, let's
I
discuss
cannot
something else.
possibly imagine what else we have to discuss, Tibere Vasholian. Your
Punch.
love for disco music,
Miss.
venereal disease.
How did this happen? Your little fist is in his giant hand, and he's squeezing it. It hurts.
You must be out of your mind, degenerate drunk. Say it. I am a degenerate alcoholic.
Yes.
Good. Now leave before you humiliate your homoerotic organization any further.
Alright.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
You must be mistaken. I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Someone's got to keep it sane around here. This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it? Oh, it wasn't because I said the fourth option or something. That's me, Mr. Reasonable.
The air suddenly feels calmer, more transparent in a strangely tender way. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
First, what is this Kingdom of Conscience?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times.
How do you bring about this circumstance?
Incrementally. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about all things that are wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working. What rationality?
Wait, is the Kingdom of Conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo? Okay, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like? Is it about doing
I
things?
believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed.
Yes.
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Okay, but what's the Kingdom of Conscience actually like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend and even more difficult to describe. partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Sounds incredible. That seems fine. Still want to live for the present though. Man, that sounds kind of terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. I mean, again, it seems like it's just an option, so yes.
Slow down, Mr. Reasonable. Did you miss the part about compromising and taking things slow?
Oh, right. Then let's get there eventually.
That's right. Remember, real democracy is just around the corner for Revachol. When that real democracy kicks in, a long time from now, we are all going to be so much happier.
All right. And what else do we have here?
Jamais vu. Derealization.
I think we already had this last
Jamais
time.
vu. The opposite of
Yeah,
déjà
plus one
vu.
experience
Not
point for
already
every orb clicked. That's actually pretty good to have. Let's see. I mean, both of these are, all of these are pretty quick. The Suicide of Krasmazov is not very fast to do. But we have a lot more thought slots here, so we might as well just start unlocking some more. Which one should we do? I feel like the Kingdom of Conscience might be interesting to eternalize. I don't know about the advanced race theory. It is only a pretty short time that it takes, so I think we can probably internalize that tomorrow as well if we need. Let's do Kingdom of Conscience. Kim wants to talk. What's up?
I'd appreciate it if you didn't force us into situations where I may have to shoot random civilians, because that won't get us anywhere.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not even sure the one bullet my chamber holds would even prick that Herc.
But he's the one trying to provoke me. Okay, I was trying to assert my dominance over him, but I was fighting bad, unsavory ideologies. I'm a hero. How else are we going to get through the gates? Or can't promise that I might attack him again, or I'd find I would do it again. I'm a hero.
We are not here on some political quest. We are here to solve a crime. Don't make the situation any more volatile than it already is.
I'm sorry. Alright, I won't do it
Think
again.
of something else.
Alright. I feel like we should maybe now... It's already midnight, so we should probably just head back home. And sleep for the night, and... Keep trying to figure out these things tomorrow morning. So we are going to need 20 rails, I think, for the room tomorrow. So we need to get some money. Oh, I mean, one thing that we could do is just chuck, of course, like chuck Kim into the room and then go do a little bit of exploration alone as well. I like how the music changes. So do I just like go
This
in
is
here?
the door to the room you redecorated.
Good night.
Just a moment. You had some questions earlier, I believe. And besides, we should discuss our progress on the investigation. Let's go out to the balcony.
Yes, let's go.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the traffic hum. Then,
Where shall we begin? We should talk about the investigation, first and foremost. But I also remember you wanting to discuss the RCM?
I didn't know you smoked, Kim. How do you think today went? Also, what are our powers exactly, the RCM? I didn't know you smoked.
I have a cigarette every night when I go over my notes. It's something of a ritual.
oh man, he looks so devastatingly cool with that cigarette.
How did you get so cool, Kim? Right then, the debrief.
It's been a long and eventful day.
How do you think today went?
Well, we inspected the victim's body, so that's good. It was not easily approachable in that state, but we did it. I would say our initial inspection was very thorough, and we have solid leads to follow up on. Then you shot him in the chest, which wasn't ideal, and we still have to get him down from the tree.
Yep.
By not ideal, he means he can't believe he let you try that trick and would be angry if he didn't feel the outcome was partly his responsibility.
I just wanted to make sure he was really dead. I admit I'm a little out of practice. Or I still can't believe I missed that shot. I admit I am a little bit out of
Being
practice.
sober also tends to help with precision. But moving on to the interviews, we weren't able to find the union leader, Evra Claire, much less interview him. So that's on the to-do list for tomorrow. We tried to interview the weapons rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. Fine, so be it. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her to talk to us.
Right,
If
yeah.
Kim is emphasizing something this much, it really must be important.
Above all,
Yeah.
though, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice?
I don't like to waste time, you know. My mind moves fast, the rest has to try to keep up. I'm training for a long distance run. I want to raise money for charity. Yeah, that's just how we roll in Precinct 41. Or I don't know why I do things I do, Lieutenant Kitaragi. Yeah, just we roll.
It's impressive, especially for a man your age. And in those hills.
He nods thoughtfully, tapping his finger on his cigarette.
Nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange.
He looks at your snakeskin shoes and smiles suddenly. Thank you. So what are our powers exactly with the
They're quite
RCM?
limited, actually. The power officers of the Revachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real for offenses, in accordance with an interdepartmental schedule.
1,000, why not more? Or wouldn't that be an easy power to abuse?
Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM.
Why not
The
more?
RCM's primary role is to ensure safety. We are not really supposed to play any part in the economic structure of Revachol.
Okay, what
We
else?
can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve a station closely. It prevents confusion and overcrowding.
How can you be sure the RST will show up?
You can't. Those who don't show up become fugitives, though, and have fewer legal rights when they are eventually caught. It's about power projection. Thus far, they seem to mostly show up.
I see. And if someone resists?
As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in your watermarks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary, and strongly admonished not to abuse that power.
So if I kill someone while on duty,
You have to supply compelling evidence for why it was necessary to use lethal force. In these cases, your partner is usually your witness. Not a good position to be in, by the way. Internal Affairs handles these cases thoroughly, by cross-examining you for inconsistencies. It is hard to cover for anyone, which is for the best.
what happens to people we convict?
We don't convict. We arrest and send them to coalition government courts in Courant and La Delta. The prosecution works off our testimonies and records, which is why it's paramount to keep them.
He taps on his coat pocket, where he keeps his notes. And who makes all these rules? The coalition government?
Yes, the international community's mission in Revachol, and the moral intern more broadly. The RCM was formed by the coalition government to restore order in the international zone after the revolution. So we did. Now we attempt to maintain that order. No more, no less.
His gaze is absently fixed on a window below that just went dark.
Or perhaps it is better to say we were allowed to form. It's a point of contention whether the citizens of Revachol or the coalition government founded the RCM.
Let's say it was the citizens of
Be
Revachol.
sentimental if you like. Either way, The Moralintern leases us the right to keep the peace in this city, and they will take it away if we misuse it.
Or if they think you do.
The moral intern, what is it?
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed.
If I didn't know, how would you describe them? I really don't know. That's how bad it is in here. Yeah, point to my head.
They're a union of center-left and center-right parties across the Real Belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP, EPIS, most intergovernmental organizations in the world.
What do they believe in?
What do they believe in? They are Dolorians. They believe they continue the humanist project set forth by Her Innocence Dolores Day 4 centuries ago. Others say they are just technocrats.
Those others say they continue the humanist project set forth by Dolores Day.
What's their symbol?
Interesting question. It's a blue forget-me-not. Their motto is love, compassion, self-discipline. I think you can gauge what they want you to think of them from that.
Something kind and usual. Something almost something ominous.
Who was Dolores
A
Day?
historic figure? The author of the modern age? You will have to look elsewhere for opinions. The subject of humanism is too abstract for me.
What do you
Moral
think of them?
intern are a fact. I try not to have opinions on facts until they change. And it doesn't look like that's about to happen.
It is more than that. There's some kind of affection in him.
You like the moral intern, or better not to ask. Let's ask.
Yes, I did, when I was younger. In my 20s, I considered myself a moralist. A blue forget-me-not, a piece of the sky. They're not all that bad.
That's another leitmotif associated with moralism.
But the years have changed that. I don't know what I believe in now. No, I believe in the RCM. That's enough for me.
I have an opinion on the moral intern.
Do you?
The lieutenant arches his brow, then pulls on his cigarette, its slim white thing in his fingers. 1. Things are bad out there. Point to the city. We need them here, giving us the right to police Rochelle. They've done an awful job here. Have you seen the place? This isn't humanism. We are stooges of the world's biggest bourgeois organization, protecting bourgeois' rights. Mutter silently. Immigrants, liberal kips, fucking men are turning into women. Or, on second thought, I don't have an opinion. Forget about it. Let's go with 1. Need somebody.
In fact, we would need them even if you didn't think that way. We are in what is called the twilight of international law. The laws we claim to enforce come from the MI. Without them, we are simply vigilantes.
Actually, vigilantes is okay with me. Yeah, vigilantes sounds bad, or maybe we should make our own law. Sounds bad.
Sadly, it is what we already are to the people of Martinez. Most of them, at least, especially the Union. Vigilantes. I expect our job here to prove quite challenging.
He looks at the roundabout. Say nothing, just look into the night.
The dying lights of the city shimmer below. Slowly, like luminous clouds, they pass on his lenses. The lieutenant looks at his slim cigarette, contemplating the next drag. This soldier is the highlight of the day for me, he thinks. This little stick right here.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, Kuno. It's different in land, in Jamrock and the GRIH.
He pulls on the cigarette. Why are they like
It's
this?
our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. This place has fallen between the cracks, the jurisdictions of our 2 precincts.
And in Jamrock and the GRIH?
We run this city. West of the river is RCM land.
He looks at the dark silhouette of the equestrian monument cutting into the night sky.
It's incredibly hard. Human beings are But we are in control, and it's worth it. The organization works, our systems work. If they didn't, the city would disintegrate.
I hope our investigation will help improve the situation here, at least do some good. Or we won't change anything here. I hope we'll do some
Me
good.
too. But I wouldn't count on any drastic changes in our lifetimes.
Alright. Thank you for this.
Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
He puts out the stub of his cigarette and looks to the door.
Mazovian Socioeconomics.
Thought complete.
0.000% of communism has been built. Evil child-murdering billionaires still rule the world with a shit-eating grin. All he has managed to do is make himself sad. He is starting to suspect Krasmazov fucked him over, personally, with his socio-economic theory. It has, however, made him into a very smart boy with something like a university degree in truth. Instead of building communism, he now builds a precise model of this grotesque, duplicitous world.
Left-wing dialogue options give +4 experience points, -1 to visual calculus, and -1 to authority. Well, that's... It would give us a big boost to experience points whenever we happen to have find left-wing dialogue options, but I don't know if I want -2 to skills, though. Don't know. We'll hold on to it for now, at least, since we can't really do anything about that. Alright. Let's see. So we should be able to just maybe yeet him away. See you in the morning. There we go.
Yes?
Bye. Oh. Bye. So this is Kim's room. My room. See if we could do anything about that.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
+6, and it's still a low chance. Know the origin and recited the poem, Tommy. Oh. With Tommy, we got that. +4. We can also use our chain cutters to fix the faucet, stop steam from fogging up the mirror. Interesting. I've got the chain cutters equipped. Yes. Oh, interesting. Let me see if maybe taking that off will also help.
A mirror hangs
But
on the
I'm
bathroom
guessing
wall.
that this might give a bonus to
face,
this.
adorned
So
with
let's
expression.
attempt stopping the expression first, and then let's try to fix the faucet.
Still not happening.
Fail.
It won't come off that easy.
Alright, use your chain cutters to fix the faucet.
The chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Gonna need interfacing for that one. Well, I mean,
The
so
bed
we
is
could...
cold and not
Yeah.
particularly inviting, but it's yours. The sheets look awful.
Yep. Alright, but I suppose there's no reason to go to bed just yet. We could always go and do a little bit of exploration here. Like, we're not out of health or morale right now either. So you know. Who are you? It's all about the money, you know? Alright. Got? You got anything?
Can I help you?
No. Okay. Oh, the kitchen's closed again. Yeah, not really anybody around this time. There was like a part of was it down, no, not down here. This section that I never went to. There were some people right here. That. Tire tracks leading onto the roof. Oh yeah. Already seen that one. Oh wait. I'm not sure if we did we go to the pawn shop before the save? I'm surprised it's open still. Yeah, I've been here. You got anything?
Hello. Let me know if I can help you with anything.
You might be able to aid in my investigation.
I doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Know anything about the recent hanging? No, I mean, I think you could help me get a corpse out of a
The
tree.
corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Do you happen to have any guns, like the ones carried by officers of the
Someone
militia?
else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
This is a pawn shop, and it did feel as if you've met before.
Hmm.
Oh God.
You,
I sold my gun?
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
I feel like there's something you're not telling me.
You weren't quiet yourself, officer.
What was I like?
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight. And that you need the money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it. Then I agreed to take it.
How much did I sell the gun
15
for?
real.
What? Happens to the best of us, I guess. I'm sorry you had to see me in that state.
No apologies necessary, officer.
Was the buyer a policeman too?
She didn't seem like a policeman, although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it, and of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
What if she tends to commit a crime and blame it on the citizen militia or me?
I hadn't considered that. This is why I don't like to deal with guns.
He considered it, but his priority was to get rid of the gun as quickly as possible, albeit for a price.
Any idea where I can find this buyer?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was coming from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
At least I know how I lost my sidearm.
Of course. Sure thing. Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Not good. So somebody bought the gun. Didn't sound like Joyce. Don't know. Didn't sound good either. I wonder if this is there any place we haven't really been to yet. Don't think so. Let's see if is it Cindy? Is up here still? Yep. I could try to get those oh, and Joyce is down here as well. We did have some stuff to talk to Joyce about as well.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with at this late hour?
It's night. Don't you ever sleep?
Matter of fact, I don't.
Better poke further, or why is that? Why is
I
that?
have a medical condition of my own. Nothing unusual, though. I'm old, you see.
That's quite suspicious. That's good. This way you can ask me some questions.
Of course. That's what I'm here for.
We got the tattoos.
That's the man who was killed. I'm afraid this is a discussion for once we've cleared the lynching question.
All right.
Better not tie the fourth day to the bat's day on this. I hope there is something else I can help you with.
She wants to answer the question. Protocol keeps her from it.
I spoke with the lorryman at the roundabout.
Officer, there are yet communers you have not talked to.
Oh.
And don't look so surprised. In a time like this, it would be strange if Wild Pines didn't have eyes on the harbour. I suggest you go back and canvass for more suspects.
Yeah, because we only talked to 2 out of 3. But let's talk about reality.
My favourite part of the day. Go ahead, ask me anything.
What is, think something close to you? What is reached for something fundamental? Oh yeah, we got Jamais Vu, so we have a +12 to this. Let's start with this conceptualization. No, let's start with this white check here.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
We'll have to try that again. Something fundamental.
What is all of this? The scent, the sound, the air.
What world is this?
What world? The only one, I suppose. The world of matter. And its pale antipode.
The camera of her mind glides over the surface of the water.
What do you see?
Great bodies of water. Forest-covered surfaces. Clusters of light where the cities lie. You've seen the montage. We all have. This world is enough. There is a term of endearment they coined for it, in the DeLorean century, when humanity was high on this world, discovering more and more of it, these archipelagos included.
What is it?
Elysium.
Elysium. The world needs a term of endearment, or this world does not deserve a term of endearment. Sure, the world needs a term of endearment.
It does. There are those who would call it hell.
What is hell?
A term of hatred that originates, like many such things, with the Mesk petro-fascists.
I don't feel like I have got the whole picture yet. I've got a clear picture. Let's proceed to another term. I don't have the whole picture yet.
Oh, you want a picture of the world? There is no complete set yet, dear. They're having some trouble reaching orbit.
How come?
Great things are difficult to achieve. For now, we're viewing the world from the inside, sideways.
Inside sideways. What shape is the world
We
then?
used to think it was a sphere, but that is beginning to look less and less likely by the day. You wouldn't know it from the tabloids, but the ORG nations have been launching weather balloons into the lower ionosphere since the 30s.
ORG, Occident Grad.
There's a steadily increasing trickle of images. Between the big 3 scientific contributors, they're piecing together a dark grey corona.
Dark grey corona.
Yes. Pale covers 72% of the surface. There are grey flares and prominences, even arcs above entire isolas. The images are blurry, But if there was a sphere in there, it certainly looks like it fractured a long time ago.
Oh my god, wait. What the hell are you telling me? Or the pale? And what do you mean corona? What are you
You
telling
seem
me?
to be spooked. Please don't be.
A voice becomes homely. Calm. He lets a moment pass. The pale. And what do you mean
They
corona?
say there is a rarefied envelope of matter surrounding the darkened disk of our planet. That is, if we are still living on a planet. Or, to speak more plainly, imagine vast swathes of land disrupted by nothingness. I am sorry, dear. It must sound quite terrifying through the acute encephalopathy. Even scientific positivism isn't entirely convinced about what we're dealing with here. But this is one of the greatest questions of our time. Maybe when they get the complete set together, it will jolt us out of our rut, bring us together, however naive it may sound.
A fractured corona doesn't feel like it's gonna bring anyone together. Okay, and then everything will be okay? It doesn't sound like it will bring everyone together.
It. I don't have the power to convey to you the effect and geometry of the images that depict our world from below low orbit. It's like the crowning of the world. It's insane. Very disco. You'd love it.
Well, if you say it's disco. Doesn't sound like any disco I'd like to go to. Well, I don't care about disco, I only care about the commune. Well, if you say it's disco.
See, everyone finds something worth holding on to in this world, however wasted its opportunities.
Suddenly, you're conscious of yourself standing there, on whatever this all is. Your arms hang down by your sides.
What is pale?
The pale is not, technically speaking, part of reality. It is the opposite of reality.
Okay, but what is it then? A definition.
Okay. The pale is the most dominant geological feature of the world, detective. The separative tissue between the islas. It is the inter-islary mass.
Wait, and what is an isla? Well, we already know that. What is pale like?
Achromatic, odorless, featureless. The pale is the enemy of matter and life. It is not like any other, or anything in the world. It is the transition state of being into nothingness.
The negation of being.
The negation
That's
of...
right. The negation of being.
She tightens her hood around her neck. Cold outside. Is it here? What are its physical qualities? To be surrounded by pale, how do you get from isla to isla? How much pale is there compared to the world? 97%. Illustration of reality. Is it here?
No, detective. We're safe. It begins there, 6,000 kilometers to the north, and even more to the south, east, and west. You are in the middle of the isla.
As your gaze instinctively turns north, a small black pit opens up in your stomach.
6,000 kilometers from the end of the world?
Yes. That is enough. Many cities are built much closer.
And point north there?
An uproar of matter, darling. Rising into the pale. Rolling. Evaporating even. A great vision. The area of transition between the world and the pale is called porch collapse. Imagine a grey coronal mist, cold vapor marked by spores of an opportunistic microorganism, a mold that's adapted to grow at the edge of the unrest. It's the most disco thing you will ever see.
What are its physical
It's
qualities?
difficult to describe, or even measure. Something whose fundamental property is the suspension of properties. Physical, epistemological, linguistic. The further into pale you travel, the steeper the degree of suspension, right down to the mathematical. Numbers stop working. No one has yet passed the number barrier. it may be impossible.
If we're surrounded by Pale, how do you get from Isola to Isola?
Oh, it is so difficult for us. It is possible to force dimensions on the Pale. In modern times, we can even compress its latitude, bouncing radio waves from one end to the other, shortening the path. But it is still hard for humans to navigate the Pale without getting lost or having our minds damaged.
The Pale can damage the mind.
Extensively.
How?
Some say the damage stems from extreme sensory deprivation. Others argue that Pale somehow consists of past information that's degrading, that it's rarefied past, not rarefied matter. They call it the blend over of the self. The Pale does not only suspend the laws of physics, but also the laws of psychology, maybe history even. The human mind becomes over-radiated by past.
Who says and who argues?
Who says and who argues?
The logical positivists say, the dialectical materialists argue.
What does this over-radiation feel like?
It feels terrible. Absolutely terrible. International standards strictly limit civilian travelers to 6 days of Pale exposure per year.
It's more for her. Way more.
You're not a civilian passenger.
No, nameless detective of the Citizens Militia. I am a member of the Entreprenetic Business Class. I'm cleared and trained for 22 days of Pale transit annually.
Someone else you've met may have been exposed as well. The strange grey-haired woman in her lorry.
Do lorry drivers pass the Pale?
Yes. Carried in the hulls of airships. It's a horrific job. Automation will abolish it soon.
You should ask the Pale driver about this. See what she says. That poor woman must have stories to tell, like you wouldn't imagine.
Are you over-radiated?
Up to my gills, officer.
What is entreprenetic?
Entreprenetics is the scientific study of the Pale, or a recent iteration of it by way of grad. The study of the Pale reaches back 6,000 years. The Pericarnassians called it the Western Plain.
They had not travelled the entire circumference of the Pericarnassian Super E-Solar. It was not merely in the west, it was everywhere, even then, surrounding them.
Did they cross it, the Western Plain?
There are signs of pre-modern crossings. Successful navigation of the Pale relies not just on technical know-how, but intensive psychological preparation. Some of these tactics have been known for thousands of years.
What has entreprenetics changed
Nothing.
then?
We remain powerless before the Pale. The only real advance in Pale transit is the speed with which an aerostatic craft can pierce it. Less exposure leads to less effects later.
Aerostatic craft?
Hybrid airships, detective. Conventional rotors or jet engines no longer add velocity after the point of reference for motion is suspended, once you've crossed from near Pale to far Pale. In essence, we throw them in and they come out the other end. If we throw them precisely.
If we do
Then
not?
They don't.
Gone, like a skipping stone beneath the surface.
How much Pale is there?
The Pale outweighs reality 2 to 1. There is more Pale than there is matter, and the ratio is slipping.
Slipping how? To our detriment
What
or...
do you think, detective?
It's shrinking, there is more and more of the world. Or it's growing, there is more and more of the Pale. It's probably growing.
Precisely. One of the few measurable effects of the Pale is that it is expanding at an unknown rate. An intuitive conclusion of that development is that one day the Pale will cover everything. But this sort of talk is mostly left to extremists.
It's not extreme at all. It's going to happen or cover everything? That can't be. Where would we go? It's not extreme. It's going to happen.
Most people, and indeed most private and government sector organizations, entire civilizations and religions even, find handy ways to ignore or downplay that knowledge. I suggest you do the same.
Let's return to reality.
Yes, sweet reality. But before
He
we
stumps.
do, tell me, detective, is this the first time you're hearing this? Do you really not remember anything?
Nothing, just alcohol fumes and blackout. I sometimes sense vague shadows of a past, and it's not good. I'm getting a sense of who I am, but no, I didn't know this. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a sense.
Beyond curious. Tell me, what do you think of the Pale?
It's terrifying, you're right, it's disco. It will end all life. That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another. Its advance can only be stopped with the immediate, total, ruthless communism. A powerful anti-communist force, perhaps too powerful, but still, they have it coming. I'm worried, I have to say, it doesn't sound very liberal to me. Or I don't know how you've all survived it. It's a huge accomplishment. Who am I to think of anything of it? That we continue to persist at all is a testament to our faith in one another.
Mm-hmm.
Her eyes tense. Crow's feet radiate from them. She observes you, your bloodshot eyes and swollen face. There was a achievement. The world's most laughable centrist. Defend the political center 7 times.
You really didn't know. This does not spell good for the investigation, Detective. If you don't know even this, then...
I'll handle it. It's under control. This investigation will be my masterpiece. The one they remember me by, I promise. Yes, I'm in serious trouble here, or it'll be a fucking disaster, I know it. All those people will die. I mean, it's gonna be a masterpiece. Promise.
I hope so. I truly do. If I may suggest, hold on to your colleague, Kitsuragi. I ran a check on him and he is very competent. In the meanwhile...
Some of that assurance is meant for herself, as much as it's meant for you. She must have a lot on the line here.
You have me. I will assist you in any way I can, even if we have to do it one basic term at a time.
What times are these?
These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late.
Too late for what?
For the big time.
What's the big
The
time?
revolution.
And what is this revolution I keep hearing about?
It's quite easy. Every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle.
Who got the shot in the head?
Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head during the World Revolution. But the communists, they all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed.
Did the communists and the anarchists shoot back?
Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Truly a kerfuffle? That's a tragedy, or sounds like they should have shot more people in the head then. That's a tragedy.
Yes. The Red Deluge. The Insulindian Deluge, they call it.
I had a deluge too in my head. Went to your little head. Anyone else got shot in the head on the opposite side? I had a deluge too.
Yes. An acute thiamine deficiency can be exacerbated by alcoholism. Exacerbated means made worse.
Anyone else get shot?
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned. Accounts differ. It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's nephew. The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad.
Smart king, cowardly king. I loved that king. Fucking communists. Oh, I don't care about kings. Tell me more about... Give me one more thing. Smart king.
Yes. King Guillaume had a nose for bad PR. He ran before it. What is the expression? Went down? Anyway, Gil got out alive and his nephew Frisell got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time.
Who got the mineral
The
rights?
liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything.
Okay, and by liberals you
Liberals
mean?
are usually middle-class people, Detective. Or the remaining gentry. The beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals. They fared well.
How did the liberals win it all?
Didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
We. She's one of them. Of course.
If everyone got shot, who was there to surrender
The foreign
to?
intervention. The coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights.
Wait, you just said the liberals already took everything.
The liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people.
Who are the
The
coalition?
coalition of nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-le-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was the moralist thing to do.
There is bitterness in her voice, tempered with understanding. She is critical, but ultimately understands the cause.
Moralist?
Moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government. This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took.
The color of moralism
Oops.
is blue. The official motto of Moral Intern, or Moralist International, is a blue forget-me-not, a piece of grey sky. Unofficial. For a moment, there was hope.
Thank you, Encyclopedia. Kim just told us about this. Technically speaking, you are a moralist. I don't think I am a moralist, ma'am. Not just technically, practically. For a moment, there was hope. If always picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes, I am. And also not. Not just technically, practically.
Devout man of the center. Hard to come by. It's good to have someone who takes a moderate approach to head shooting. In your line of work, I mean.
When was this kerfuffle?
The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end, nearly the whole world had gotten involved.
Who started?
It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along and overthrew the government.
What did this Zarath do?
It made people overthrow their governments.
Wow, really?
Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue. The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark.
Where did it spread from there?
Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end.
What came next?
Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie? A pair of pants?
Our lives are very different from each
No
other.
doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think.
What is a zone of control?
A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations. And you, of course, the Citizens' Militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill. Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the Suzerain and the Commune.
What happened in the rest of the world?
Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-eastlery communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile, in Revachol West, the aftermath continues for the 5th decade.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
Wait, you're saying it's been like this for 43 years?
Time flies.
What have we been doing all that
The
time?
20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell.
And after that?
30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
That's when they discovered disco.
Yes, and quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. An Isla-wide hangover, you might say. So, here we are. Welcome to reality, baby.
We got the reality lowdown.
For her to be where she is, Wild Pines Group must have picked the right side.
Which side was Wild Pines Group on?
They picked the winning side. That's why they're here, and others are not.
They got lucky.
Perhaps it wouldn't have turned out that way had I been in charge. I might have bet on the king and led the Pines to doom.
You would have sided with the
I
king?
would have sided with the cannons. If you'd seen the calibers of the things, you might have too. Perhaps it's better I was born when I was. 10 of the 14 Indo tribes got it wrong. Feld, Kupri, Tricentennial. So I suppose I would have been in good company.
What would you have done differently?
Question. What would you have done differently?
I asked you. Who are you in all this? I would have sought a medical solution. Sounds like Sarath drove those people mad. I would have killed more 400 million, if that's what it took. I would have positioned myself very precisely. I would have made it out with the mineral rights. I don't know what I would have done differently. I would have positioned myself very precisely.
You and everyone else. But that's got nothing to do with preventing the revolution. Oh well. What was, I guess. Good question.
But how about you?
And I asked you, past-less detective of the Citizens' Militia, what insight has acute encephalopathy given to you?
Don't know.
And you would have died, most likely. Not far from here. Maybe even right here, during the beachhead, defending the coast the day the Coalition took the city.
Probably, happily, or no way I would have fought with the communists. Probably.
No, almost certainly. The Commune would have forced you. Such was the fate of the undecided.
That's enough about
They
the
are what
times.
They are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Not so fast. Who is she in all this? Ask her who she is. She owes you an answer.
For now, I need to
Assistant.
check this thought
Kingdom of
first.
Conscience. The Kingdom of Conscience will be exactly as it is now. Moralists don't really have beliefs. Sometimes they stumble on one, like on a child's toy left on the carpet. The toy must be put away immediately, and the child reprimanded. Centrism isn't change, not even incremental change. It is control over yourself and the world. Exercise it. Look up at the sky, at the dark shapes of the coalition airships hanging there. Ask yourself, is there something sinister in moralism? And then answer, no. God is in his heaven. Everything is normal on earth.
Moralist dialogue options: heal +1 morale. Learning curve for volition is raised to 5, and learning curve for logic is raised to 5. So nothing negative about that one. Did we have? Yeah, we have a lot. Suicide of Krasmazov, Jamrock Shuffle, or Advanced Race Theory. Let's try the Jamrock Shuffle. See what that gives us.
You're back. Good. What more lessons in basic reality?
I want to know what you are. What are you?
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
What's an ultra? Dios mío. Draw a cross. A liberal. Cool. I liberate pretty hard myself. I don't understand. What's so vile about that? Let's get draw a cross. A liberal.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought our kind were all extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as this anymore. Not in broad daylight. I can see we're not so different, you know. Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride. Forgive her, but only because you like pearlescent teeth and those light green eyes.
You're a monster. I forgive you. I forgive you, but only because you're charming, or I don't care. I forgive you.
I do hope so. I do hope we're able to remain collegial despite it all. Tell me, when you look in the mirror, do you not see a monster staring back at you? When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed.
Would you have done something differently?
With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinaise a monument to the efficacy of its artillery, I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the coalition. Not here in Martinaise, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachheads either. If not for my own sake, then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
You're a smart woman, you're a patriot, or you have daughters? You're a smart
Perhaps.
woman.
My intellectual vanity will be my undoing.
You're no dummy yourself.
So am I, or no, or intellectual vanity will be my undoing. So am I.
A smart boy getting smarter, one basic term of reality at a time.
You're a patriot?
Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here.
You have daughters?
Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother and a wife. Now, shall we return to reality?
Final question. What is this? Spread your
bird.
hands.
A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions?
Keep guessing. Am I really that awkward, or I meant what is this place here? Keep guessing.
Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay. Half submerged in some salty sea.
Are you saying I'm
Of
ruined?
course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games.
Okay, I meant what is this place here?
Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A, where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or two.
What is Rue de Saint-Ghislain 33A?
A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old.
He looks up at the crumbling facade.
This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall. A real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Who lived in them?
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Splat, splat.
From a dilapidated balcony, Cindy's skull gives Joyce the evil eye. A red paintbrush held to her throat.
Wonderful.
What is that? Points Cindy's
The
skull.
girl in the old lady rags.
Yes.
Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture.
Okay, now explain the same thing but to a child. I understand everything and make it more complicated somehow. Yeah, make it more complicated.
I can't. That's how simple it is. One may dye their hair green and wear their grandma's coat all they want. Capital has the ability to subsume all critiques into itself. Even those who would critique capital end up reinforcing it instead. All right. What next?
Suddenly, you're not so sure you're part of the supraculture.
I think I may be part of an infraculture. Of disco.
And what would that be?
Cup, disco, or I don't know, I just feel it. Disco.
I can see that, yes. I dabble in those dark arts myself, not so long ago. I assure you, it was a thoroughly supracultural phenomenon. All permeating. Downright mandatory.
Yeah, but not anymore.
Nothing infra about disco, baby.
Your disco?
Those days are long behind me. And even in the early 30s, I would say I was more of a new girl. Disco was a minor, but still enjoyable facet of the whole thing for me.
The new.
The new. A cultural era. And the name of the decade it ravished, the 30s. It came out of post-revolutionary Revachol. It was ultra-liberal. It involved lots of partying, as you might imagine, and champagne-coloured everything. By the looks of it, that would have been when you came of age. Now.
She raises her eyebrow at you. Sounds fun. I don't remember a single thing. Champagne? That doesn't sound like anything I'd be into. I'm straight edge. Oh, got it. Let's take it back to reality. I can't remember a single
Wasn't
thing.
it Guillaume Le Million who said, if you can remember the new, you weren't there?
Wait, Guillaume de Le Million? I was just thinking about that guy. Whatever happened to him?
Ah, yes. This is not very central to reality, is it?
I still want to know.
I can't be 100% sure, but I believe he died due to complications from venereal disease.
Which one? Or are you sure he didn't die of autoerotic asphyxiation? Yeah, that's what we discovered.
You can't get a venereal disease from that, can you?
Okay, well, which one?
All of them.
So you're saying he didn't vanish in a puff of stardust?
I'm afraid no. But then again, One can't be entirely sure. It's all part of his mystique. Ask someone else and you may get a more champagne-colored take. Anyway, what other basic facets of reality should we discuss?
I guess we are done with everything. We only have this this cop option that's not available right now.
Glad to have been of assistance. The little bit.
Alright, but there was good amounts of experience. Still need a little bit more though. Let's see, is Cindy still here? Yeah. Cindy, can I get your thingies? Because we need to
Hello
paint.
again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Is the bed in the coal room yours?
Oh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Really? You're a miner?
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me, but somehow it never happens.
Don't you have a real home?
Does anyone in a city like this?
It's not the nicest place, but I guess it'll have to do.
It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Cool.
Shoot,
Another
Piggy.
question.
It's what you do, isn't it?
I need some paint and your
What
brush too.
for?
I'm doing renovation. It's boring but necessary. For my motor carriage, we're going undercover, or the apocalypse is coming. I need to warn people. For art. It's for art. Okay, it's for art.
Well, if it's for art, but what kind of art are we talking about?
To be honest, I haven't really thought of anything yet, but I'm sure I will. Everything is sad and shit, and we need art to make it okay. Just give me the brush. Or grand art. Art the looks, the artsiest, the most groundbreaking, the... Well, we're gonna be doing sad songs, so let's do sad art.
Sounds like you're just about to live out your self-pity, not make a statement. I can't have shit art on my conscience.
No brush then, not a problem. You'll see, you will all see and tremble. Crush a man's dreams like that, I hope you're happy. You'll see.
Yeah, not gonna hold my breath, Piggy. You look like you'd suck. Everything really.
That's a very low conceptualization. I thought we had a higher conceptual. Well, I guess it's because it's just an impossible check, so let's give it a roll. Il morale. They do say the painter always paints his own portrait. I'm going to paint a self-portrait, but sort of, you know, from the inside, to show people what it's like.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo.
Stop belittling me, Cindy. What if I add some interpretive dance? Or okay, I won't do that. Please just give me some paint and a brush. I need to do some art.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then. Art it up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portraits.
Oh, thanks, Cindy. Cup the brush.
But I'm all out of fuel oil.
Fuel?
Yeah, fuel. What do you think I was using? Aquarels? The government uses such a nice red colour to mark its heavy fuel oil. I simply couldn't resist.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Can't I just use paint? No way I'm settling for paint if even children are painting with fuel oil.
Are you kidding me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary paint.
Alright, catch you later, Cindy. Okay, so apparently we... even failing, we succeeded. Right, it's getting real late, so I'm just gonna go check the car. I think we might need Kim around for this. But I'm just gonna check it, and if we can, I'm gonna go and do the painting. If not... Wait, where's the car? Wait a moment. The car? Did I lose the car? Is this my fault? Bet this is my fault. I mean, everything's locked up, so... Sewer grate, a gateway to the river of filth. Maybe the car just disappears when Kim is out of the party. Maybe. See if I can visualize this again. Or remember, or whatever it was. Reality load ungotten. So we can try it. What did this king do?
Even by the standards of the Philippian kings, old sumptuous Philip was known for his profligacy.
In what way?
Well, he blew through the whole national treasury, starting the decline of one of the penultimate century's greatest superpowers, the suzerain of Revachol. His own maladministration foreshadowed the fall of the monarchy. During the anti-centennial revolution, an end to his family line and the monarchy on the Insulindian Isola.
How did he manage to blow through the entire national treasury?
Stories have it that he had his bedroom converted into a treasure chamber, where he stored unfathomable wealth. Krugerrands, bars of gold, ornate weaponry, armor, and various chalices. There were whispers he slept on a huge pile of gold-dipped feathers, like some obese dragon, instead of a bed, like a normal person.
The man certainly knew how to live.
Hello, necktie. I would like to sleep on gold, hustler style. The king is the king and he can do anything. Wait, really? There's no way that's true. Or a deplorable farce. No wonder everything went to shit. No way that's true.
Wait, you haven't even heard about his fabled cocaine addiction.
The what now?
You see, old Philippe wasn't just good at squandering the national treasury on gold and ceremonial weaponry. He was also a prodigious snorter of nose candy.
So he was addicted to nose candy, a bloated druggie?
That's what the revolutionaries said 150 years later. Right before they emptied out the royal mausoleum and dumped His Majesty's mortal remains in the Insulindian Bay.
There's a lot to
His
process.
Majesty's courtiers said it helped him connect with the higher realms.
Okay, where's he buried now?
Beneath the cold waters of the Insulindian Bay, thrown there by the revolutionaries after they cleaned out the royal mausoleum.
What happened to the statue?
The original was blown apart by communards, then further damaged during the landing of the coalition's airships during the turn-of-the-century revolution, when Martinez was leveled. Most historians think the coalition's hasty landing may have ultimately saved the statue. If the communards had more time, they would have reduced it up to even finer pieces.
Who restored the monument?
Some years ago, a group of liberal, artistically inclined individuals, designers mostly, thought it would be ironic to restore the statue of the most wasteful ruler of Revachol in the poorest part of the city. The statue is supposed to capture the moment it was blown apart, like an instant frozen in time, a rare butterfly trapped in amber, floating on a sea of shit.
That's brilliant, so funny and nihilistic. That's such a bad idea, or I really don't get art. That's brilliant.
People in Martinez tend to disagree, as do many prominent art critics and thought leaders with more nuanced social awareness than the young ironists. Philip III, the squanderer, however, with his bronze face up in the air, doesn't seem concerned about what the hoi polloi think of him in death. Not that he ever did in life either.
Alright.
Wow, you work hard.
I do?
Oh, yes. You hustle. You're a provider. It's tough out there, but you keep it real and provide.
I guess I do.
Oh, yeah. Like a horse, a workhorse, for hard work.
What hard work do I do exactly?
Look at yourself. You're a human pedometer. You must have walked 200,000 steps down cracked asphalt, mosaic, sand, and linoleum after you re-emerged. That is the sign of a hustler who never gives up. The world is harsh and people are evil. You didn't make it that way, and you won't let it break you. You ride.
Yeah, I ride. A little. I fucking ride till I die, bitch. Or I'm not sure I ride. Yeah, I ride.
That's just what it's like. Life and death. But you got gills on your side, baby. Got those black papers with the faces of the innocents on them. You bring in the Franco Negros and the Solas. It ain't easy, but you do it. Day in and day out. You didn't make the rules, but you won't lose. You're a cop, and a sprinter, and a money printer.
I mean, yeah, I did take that bribe from the choice one. Oh, and then there's the pawning stuff off to that suspicious Roy guy. I guess I made some gills, sure. Yeah, I did take that bribe.
You took that bribe hard. You're a killer.
And pawn some stuff.
You're in the sales business. Shake 'em for shit and then pawn it off. Law officer style.
I guess I made some gills, sure.
Sure. And has it been easy? Is life
Rio.
easy? Have you not gone into cardiac arrest? Are you not about to have an anxiety attack or shoot yourself in the mouth? But you still hustle 24/7, ride or die. Now, ask yourself.
I feel like this is a bad thing because the time has actually stopped at 2. We might be crashing here. Hello, Rio. How are you doing? Let's throw a Rio shout out here. Last seen playing some Mario Karts. Wait a minute. When have you been playing Mario Karts? You were playing not Tetris. Pac-Man. That's the one. But that was actually a clip of Mario Karts though.
Are you rich?
Am I rich? Yes, quite.
Get out of here. You're a pauper. You work harder than anyone. Almost rode yourself to the grave, and you're still practically a hobo. Why is that?
It's because of that god guy riding my ass. The system is broken. There's a market for corrupt cops out there, but the immigrant cops have price dumped it. Fucking taxes, man. Or I don't know. Why am I so poor? Probably taxes.
That's right. 100%. Fucking G-Man's got his jam-covered sticky fingers in your pocket, stealing from you every time you buy, sell, walk, talk, fart, so much as sneeze. Aren't taxes almost non-existent in the Gotham estate that is Revachol?
Shut up, rhetoric. I thought there were no taxes.
You and I both, but they got those indirect modes of taxation. Sales tax, excise duty, extraction tax. This tax that doesn't even have a name. Plus, there's the stuff people in other countries pay for that makes them ask for more money from you here. The Gotham estate's a myth. In total, the coalition government is taking 98% of all your money.
No fucking way. I guess I'm a free market fundamentalist now. Sure, that seems like a pretty big number. This isn't helping you solve my money problem. It's only making me into a free market type. Pretty big number.
What are you not sure about? They're milking your nipples till they bleed. Can't you see? Aren't you sick and tired of having bloody nipples?
Okay, again. Might as well opt into the thought.
Here
Why not?
you go, hustler. Fight the righteous fight. Free the people. Keep it real. Keep it street. Keep foaming at the mouth furiously on the tax issue.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. Or maybe it just... Maybe at 2 a.m. it just stops, like, we won't be able to make any dialogue choices or something. We just have to go to sleep. I'm pretty sure thoughts have also kept the time going. We can talk to God, so let me make a save here. Just in case we like collapse or something.
Can I help you? Another thing.
I saw another
Great.
thing.
Oh yes, that. No, I don't have. Awesome.
He's attempting
Trying
to
to just
maintain an air of indifference. He looks at
keep.
the
What are you, a cook? He wasn't fine. Okay. Oh yeah. Yes. Yes. They can't. Was there something else? Yes.
I mean, it seems like it's just stopped from advancing. I don't know why we would not keep going after 2 a.m. I can imagine that Kim will probably leave you at this point. But I suppose let's go rest. I think we might be able to try the face
mirror
again
hangs
now.
on the bathroom wall.
No, I was thinking of
Right.
the reality lowdown maybe giving us an option for that. Well,
The bed
let's
is
go
cold,
to
but
sleep
not
then.
particularly.
Crawl in.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you stretch out and finally close your eyes. And then sleep doesn't come.
No sleep.
And then sleep doesn't come.
Why?
Maybe it's the bed's fault.
Check the
Its
pillow.
synthetic filling has separated into hard lumps. The pillowcase smells oddly.
Check the
It
blanket.
barely covers your toes, stretching over your soft belly. This is your body here, intimate and warm, breathing. Under your thrumming eyelids, you see a dizzying array of colors. You won't get off this carousel quite so easily.
Roll over.
It's a little better. Colors, scenes, and half-formed phrases still litter your mind. Part of you is still trying to solve the case, isn't it?
Cerulean. Hello. How are you doing? Let's shout out Cerulean as well. Was playing some Mirror's Edge earlier. And also Genshin Impact, it seems. You are tired? Why are you tired? We're going to bed in-game, but we can't sleep. In-game, I'm tired, but I can't sleep. Who killed him? Who?
Something to do with, what was it that the lieutenant said? Union? And it's gone again. Your thoughts lost between the slowing brain waves.
No more thoughts. Fall asleep now.
Your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you until your eyelids twitch in your sleep and images start forming.
Dreams? No more thoughts. Yes. Oh. This is not... This is a dream. Things are looking dreamy. Is the body gonna be... Oh. Is it a disco ball? Oh, wait, that's me. Well, hello, me.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood?
Bloated corpse of a drunk. What is this? I remember nothing. I was born in a hospital where people usually go to die. What is...
What it says on the can, Harry. Answer the question.
I remember nothing.
Do you remember your wife's hand on your face?
Tell me what this is. I'm not answering before you tell me who you are. You said who? I left, or I was left. I mean, I don't know, actually. You said who?
You remember the warmth of her thighs, between her legs and in her mouth.
Who are you?
You know who I am. I'm the bad guy. The one where you ask her, and then later in the streets wandering. It's the worst day of all time, Harry dear. And it's coming. She will hear about it on the phone. Reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This will be the last thing you did to her. Tell me, do you remember the love of your life?
Try to remember. Don't think we know. I don't think we know. I left.
Oh no, funky baby, you stayed. It was the rest of it that left, while you just stood there, with one hand on the bottle, and the other on your dick, watching it go. Tell me, where are your friends? Human beings have friends, Harry boy. Where the hell are yours?
I can get it all back, or I don't want to come back. I can get it all back.
No, it's gone. 3 times gone, and never coming back. You failed. You failed me. You failed Elysium.
What is Elysium?
Everything. The Pale and the Isolas on the surface. The outer magnetosphere. Burning, furious truth. 8,000 years of written history. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion people, and you failed every single one of them. You really fucked up.
Seen you before.
No, you haven't. You're just sleep talking, and the act is wearing thin too. The spots on the disco ball fade around you. You'll be back in those cold snakeskins in no time, sweating up the bed. Stinky boy.
I can come back from this.
You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours, bumping into things and acting like a clown? Who are you kidding?
I'm trying to solve this case. Yeah, I'm trying to solve this case.
To what? I can't hear you. This is just a word dream now. Jumbled up garbage. The pictures are gone. The bed rises to meet you. A thin, sleep-like state. More glass than velvet, grinding in your head.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. There's something wrong with your thoughts. Some kind of new type of hangover.
There's another type?
Oh yes, party boy. And it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Here it comes too. So soon already. A silent alarm goes off in your head like clockwork. Barely let you sleep at all. Time to get those clothes on, Harry. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
So I guess our hangover is not healed.
Good going, buddy.
Oh my god, what the hell was that? I just had the most beautiful dream, uplifting, rejuvenating. Is that how it's going to be now when I close my eyes?
Yes. Wait till you see the one with the chick in it. It's gonna be a good one. You feel even worse this morning than you did last night.
What chick?
You don't know. You don't know. Some broad that messed you up. It'll come to you. It always does.
What the hell is going
You
on with
mean,
me?
why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. Detectives need to be able to think.
No, that's not it. Really, I feel super good.
That's not really true. Your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. Time to get some more. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself.
I can take this. I'm not going to go looking for speed.
Are you sure? Ready to live as this pathetic shell of yourself for days? Basically, a week. Let's be honest, 2 weeks. Maybe 3. You won't make it. Half the town will be dead by then. You will be fired.
That's a lie. I can do this without the speed. Half the town won't be dead.
Suit yourself, slow, sad shell man. See how you do without your spark. A mirror hangs on the bathroom.
Yeah, can't try that again. Well then, we got to day 2. I think we'll leave it at day 2. I'm gonna make. I see it. No, that's the save. Yeah, I'm gonna make a save here just in case, because so I don't forget this time. All right, but that's it for today's stream then. And tomorrow we'll be playing Halo Reach, so we'll finally finish that off. And also we'll look at next week's schedule as well tomorrow. I don't remember if there's anything special about next week. Oh yeah, we'll be playing Valheim VR on Monday. That I can say. But otherwise, I will see you all tomorrow then with... I was about to say Disco Elysium again, but no, that's this game. We will play this game again. Tomorrow we'll be playing Halo Reach. I almost said Infinite, but Reach. We'll be playing Reach. Anyways, thanks all, and I will see you tomorrow then with Halo. Goodbye.